Hey guys, Chris back, Ironhead Garage. Well, I still ain't got the seat in, and I don't have the roll bar in yet, but it's outside. But that's going to be the end of the last video, and this is a new video because I got to do something while that roll bar is drying. So this will be a new video. So I'm going to work on these frame strut bars, and I'm going to make some plates here. I'm going to make them 3 inches by 5 inches, and I'll run them tall up here, and then I'll scribe that angle on there, and I'll get those holes drilled. So over here, we'll make them out a 1/4 inch plate. Got this big giant piece of angle. It's 1/4 inch thick. It's got surface rest on it. So I'm going to cut them up with my Sawzall and clean it all up. I'll make a pattern and put them up there and get them drilled out and get them out and show you guys what they look like. And then down here, I think I'm going to make these out 1/8 inch. I'll make them about 4 inches, and I'll get the holes drilled, and I'll tap the frame. Maybe I'll make the bars first before I drill that frame, make sure everything's going to work. So alright, so I'm going to get on making those plates. Sawzall them up. Okay, look at that, 55. Alright, I'll be back. Well, I got those plates made out of that 1/4 inch angle iron. 3 by 5. And I rounded the bottoms on them so they got a nice little curve to them. I stuck it up here, and it was tall, and I just took my felt pen and scribed that firewall, took it over there to the bench and cut the top off with a Sawzall. So snug them up nice and tight. Made these 1/4 inch, so if I ever get in a wreck and those front bars ever push, you can see it's off to the side of the passenger compartment anyway, so it'd plow that way. And these are 1/4 inch, so it would have to rip this whole firewall back to kill me with these bars. Never we could get hit that hard. I think I got a little more to worry about than them bars. Probably that steering column and probably that metal dashboard in there. What got all the people back in the old days in these old cars. So I made that one there too. Put a nice radius on the bottom there. Scribe that top. So now I'm gonna make these bottom pieces here, these plates. Got some tape on there so I don't scratch my frame up mocking them up. Got some tape there. So over here I got 1/8 inch, or actually it's 3/16. There it is, it's written right there. And this is the only piece I have. I'm gonna cut this to length, and then I have a piece of angle iron, 3/16, and it's the same 2 inches as a frame. So I'm gonna cut one leg off of this and make it nice and smooth, just like this stock 2 inch piece. And we'll get some holes drilled in that and get them mocked up. Alright, I'm getting it. Hey, looks like a 38, maybe. Oh yeah, 38 Chevy. Yeah, I know somebody that's got one of them. So I made these front plates. Got them drilled out. Put an arrow and a D for driver's side. And I do got them drilled. Got the frame drilled. They line up perfect. I just had an 1/8 inch hole in each plate first. Then I took my center punch and lined it up right in that 1/8 inch hole and center punched the frame. Then drilled this out. Then I came over and drilled this out. So it worked out pretty good. I got my my 3/8 tap by, I think it's 16. Let's see. 3/8 tap by 16 thread pitch. So I got that, and I got a bolt to test it. Over on this side I got the Same plate I made. Did the same thing, pre-drilled this with an 1/8 inch bit, came in a 1/2 inch each way, then measured from my shocks, my shock tower to the plate so they're the same on each side. Then I just took that center punch in that 1/8 inch hole and pinged the frame. So, and then I drilled them with the stepped up every size from 1/8 inch so they wouldn't get off center, and they line up just perfect. So I'm gonna tap them and bolt them plates down. I wasn't gonna bolt them down first, but I'm in it now. They need to be bolted down to make them bars so they don't slide around and I can get the bars to match. Alright, well, I'm gonna tap these holes and bolt them down. Hey guys, well, I tapped the other 3 holes. The threads came out good, but sometimes when you tap these holes, and I've broken off a tap in the hole, not having the right size bit. I've got the threads all chowed up, tapping. So, like on this frame, man, if I mess these threads up, got it way crooked or mess the threads up, I would have to weld that all up, already all painted, so that wouldn't be good. So I got my tap. I usually don't use any oil. You maybe should use some oil, but I never do. Just go slow. I used to tap it and then go back and then go again and then go back a quarter. But man, I've learned that just chows the threads up. So I don't have the right T-handle for this, so I just use the old handy old good crescent wrench that locks on there good. You just want to make sure you get it nice and plumb and square as you can. Then just put some good down pressure on it. A little bit at a time. It'll pretty much square itself up. You can't get it crooked. You don't want to get it crooked. But put some good pressure on it. Takes a little bit of time. Yeah, and you break one of them taps off. They're hard metal too. They're kind of brittle, some of them. They're hard to get out of the hole. With the little taps, like 1/8 inch or even quarter, if you're not going through very thick metal, I just put them in my drill with a little bit of oil and turn it down on low speed and just drill it. Drill the tap through there and comes out real nice usually. When it gets a little sketchy is when it starts to get tight. I give it a little bit of tap once in a while, knock them shavings down inside, because you don't want them all bunched up in your tap, messing your threads up. Starting to get tighter now. It's nice and plumb both ways. Keep some good pressure on it when you're tightening it through. Getting a little bit easier. Tap it a little bit, get them shavings to knock down. Keep some good pressure on it. Oh yeah, starting to get a little bit easier. Give it another tap. Now she's going. You can really see the shavings starting to pile up in there. Knock them down. There she goes. Yeah, I don't want to mess this frame up. That would suck to have to weld up the hole and start all over again, because then you got a weld that's even harder than the regular metal. So I get it till I can spin it with my fingers, nice and free. Give her some taps as you're coming back out. Just be real easy when you bring it all the way out so you don't mess those starter threads up. Threads look good. We'll check them out with this bolt. Look at that. Fourth one done. That's nice. Now I'm going to get them plates on. Alright guys. I got those plates bolted down. I think these are old bell housing bolts. They got the flange on the head, so I just sprayed some black paint on there. We use those. They're nice and strong. I got that one on now. I got that plate on. So now the work begins. The tricky part begins. I got to get that bender out, hiding over there, and get that pipe. Yeah, I got 3 pieces. So we'll try to start bending it. All right. Well guys, I got those bars bent. There they are. Didn't come out too bad. I actually had to go buy a bender because that old one would not pump up. I bent the bar a little bit, but you pump it and it would go back down every pump. I bled it. I bled it about 15 times. Tipped it upside down, released the valve, all the stuff you're supposed to do. I think it's got a bad seal in it. So I went and bought this one from Harbor Freight. And it worked pretty good actually. And I did use that die too from Fast Eddie, and I used this other one. And I got the pipe pretty good. There they are, both of them in line to each other. So they're just cut wild now. I got to trim them to fit. I actually filled the bottom one with sand. Packed that one with a sandblasting sand and duct taped it up. Tappity tapped it till the sand was real tight. Then I bent this one without the sand, and pretty much the same, came out the same way. I don't know if the sand made any difference, but it came out pretty good. It didn't make it fat. It didn't smash it down. Few little dimples across the bottom, not bad at all. I can fix that with my sanding disc, smooth it out. The top's nice and smooth. So what I did with the bender is I marked the center where I wanted the center, 19 inches where I wanted the starter to bend, and then I went back and marked every inch. So for 10 inches, and I did 5 pumps here, and then 5 pumps, 5 pumps, 5 pumps on the jack, and worked each line 5 pumps. Then I went through it again, then checked it, and I wanted to bend it just a little bit more, so I went in between the inch marks and gave it 5 pumps and 5 pumps there, and then I got that right radius that I was looking for and got them to match up perfect. So I lucked out, came out good. Fast Eddie showed me how to do that. I watched a few more videos of guys doing that. If you just jack that jack up in one spot, you'll get a kink every time. You need to move that jack in stages and count your pumps, and then you'll get a nice radius. If you move them wheels closer together, you'll get a tighter radius, and if you move them out further, you'll get a bigger radius. And I just ran them there on the second hole. I kind of like that radius there, so I'm going to stick them up here and I'm going to scribe them like I did with the other one. I'll scribe this bottom first. I'll get that height right. I want it below my my tilt front end structure there, and I'll scribe that, and I'll run that other end past the firewall, and I'll scribe that. One shot deal, get the angle. Then I just got to make a brother for the other side. So I'm going to start doing that. We'll see how they come out. Well, guys, check it out. I made them strut bars. Yeah, they came out pretty nice. I'm still going to fine sand them, file on them a little bit. But they're really symmetrical. Yeah, one side was easy to do, but to get the other side to match was the hard part. Yeah, I'd keep that frame from twisting up, keep her nice and solid in the nose. If we ever get this thing to pull the front wheels up off the ground. Got them held on there with some magnets right now. Hit them with some 36 grit on my grinder. Yeah, I got the angles pretty nice. Got a big magnet right there in the back holding it on there. So now I got to tack weld them on there. I use my my scribe. Get the angles right on the bottom. Put this the circumference maker, I believe it's called, and then just scribed it around there the best I could. Cut a little bit at a time, 1/4 inch at a time, till I got this first one over here to fit. Same deal here. I got to use the scribe to scribe that angle around as best I could and connect the lines. Boy, those magnets hold some Chevys. Look at that. Yeah, it's hard to get all that off. Got to tappity tap and get it all to fall off there. But it looks pretty cool. So we'll tack them up the way they sit now. Do some little fine adjusting on them, and then take them off there and weld them up solid. Then paint them black, satin black, like the rest of the frame. I got these wedges in here, so I got them a 1/2 inch away from the tilt front end structure. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, I think. Alright, I'm gonna get these tacked up. Too bad I couldn't just leave them chrome. Get them chrome would be cool. Yeah, chrome don't get you home though. Alright, let me get these tacked up. Alright, got them tacked on there. Yeah, looking pretty good. Got a few spot welds on them to hold them in place. Couple on there. And a couple on there. Still be able to get that bolt out. I tested it, comes out. I got to get a longer one in there though for my fuse box. Over on this side, got a few tacks. And a few tacks on that one. So I'll get them off here and finish welding them up. Well, I got them all welded up. Forgot to show them before I put some primer on them. But yeah, I got the welds all ground smooth. You gotta love that red oxide color. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. All nice and smooth. Alright, well, let's get some black paint on them. Alright, well, I got them all painted black. There's one right there on the tire. Yeah, they came out pretty good looking. Nice and shiny for now. So on this one, I got that long bolt. I got that new fuse box that goes inside, and it bolts to the lower hood bracket with a special bracket with the kit. I'll show some of that when I start to wire this thing. But so this one, I'm able to get this bolt in there, but I got to swing it up in there first and get this bolt started, and then swing this end onto the frame, so at least I can get that long bolt in there. I would have had to do something different with that fuse box, but it's going to work. So let me get this mounted on there. Hey, that's Killer 57. He's got my wheels. Gotta love the gassers. So I got them frame struts on there. Check them out. Yeah, they came out pretty nice. I was able to get that long bolt in there for the fuse box. I got some washers on there, grade 8 bolt. And I got the bell housing flange bolts there. And then those threads I tapped into the frame. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. A little tricky to build, but not too bad. Yeah, keep that frame from twisting when I go to launch this car someday. Hopefully I can get them wheels off the ground. I don't want to be breaking parts though, but it'll happen, I'm sure. We'll be replacing them. That's hot rodding. There's those grade 8 bolts I stuck in the firewall. And the same down there, those bell housing bolts. Yeah, I got them all painted up. So, this tilt front end just clears. And look at that, it's quiet too. Hits those rubber pads down there. Yeah, so we'll start working on something else. We'll probably do those outriggers for the roll bar. Get them done. Start working on those fenders over there so I can get this front end back on. Make it look like a car again. So if you guys stuck around this long, I want to give my buddy Don over there at Don's Hot Rod Garage a shout out. You guys go over there and check him out. He's got some killer Tri-5s. He's got a whole garage full. He's got a 55 Nomad gasser. He's got a 57, 55 ragtop. I believe it's 57's a wagon. But yeah, he's got some cool cars. Go check him out. Give him a sub. Give him a like. Go check out Bullet over there at BCCOA Star, the shop Star. I'll put their links down below in the description. You guys go check them out. Give them a sub. Give them a comment. Give them a like. Yeah, they're a couple cool guys. Normal dudes just like myself. We ain't rich, but we build some cool stuff out in our own garages, and that's what it's all about. Alright guys, well, we'll get on something else on the 55, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Hope you had a good weekend. Till next time.